Okay, today I'm going to replace the actuator. So if you have problem like this thing here is not responding to the remote control, or this lock switch right here, now sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's have a mind of its own. Okay, so first thing you need to do is number one, make sure you have the window roll up, because it's easier for you to do it that way. What you want to do is take out this this cover right here. Okay, so you can use your finger and get it in there, or you can use a prying tool or screwdriver. You want to put it on top, okay, up on top like so, and then just pry it out. Okay, pop it out, pry it out. See that tab, that metal tab right there? It's go into that slot, and on the bottom of that latch right there is go right here where that hole is. Okay, so once you pop that out, that's how it's going back in. Okay, just like that. All right, once you pop it out, leave it aside. Next thing you want to do now is remove this door locking handle, and also the armrest where the window switch is at. Okay, and for the window locking thing here, okay, just go as you looking at it with the door open, try to pry it from the right side. Okay, it should come out like so, and there's a screw in there you need to take out. And then on the armrest, okay, as you're looking at it, there is another slot in here that there's a screw underneath it that you need to pry it out. And all you do is pry it on the left side, okay, because the right side, that's where the hinge is at. You don't want to break it. Okay, now you want to take a Phillip screwdriver and take both of them out. Okay, with a Phillip screwdriver, take this screw out. Now on this one, what you want to do is push it forward to the left and then pull it out like so. Okay, in here, okay, you see that there's a purple plastic piece on the right. On the left, there's a electrical connector. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this electrical connector. Okay, there's a button down here. You push it and you just pull them out like so. Okay, now on the purple tab right here, where you see the purple tab, okay, this applies to almost all Honda that configure this way. Okay, so when you see something like this, what you want to do is you want to move that purple tab away from that rod. Okay, so you move it out this way. Okay, you turn that purple tab away from the rod, and you can do it if you can stick your finger in there. You can do it like that, or if your finger is it's not, if you're unable to put your finger in there, then you use a screwdriver, and basically you just pry that purple tab and swing it away from the rod like that, and you lift the rod out like so. Okay, there's your door locking switch and handle. So for the armrest, you take the screw out with a Phillip screwdriver. Okay, take the screw out. Okay, so what you want to do is put your finger, hold on to this this pocket area here, and you can lift it up from the rear. Okay, lift it up like so, and then pull it out. And underneath the switch, there's a electrical connection right here. Okay, so basically there's a button. If you're looking at it, is the button to the right, and basically you push the button in, and then you just pull them out like that. Okay, to remove this panel here, what I'm using is the prying tool, the plastic one, and I'm just gonna run around this edge, try to see if I can fit it in. Okay, see where a good place. You see how I can slide this in? Okay, so the reason for this is I want to pry it in enough so I can put my finger in it. Okay, and when I put my finger to it, I'm going to pull it out. Okay, and the way I do it, if I start it down here, I will pull down here and I go up here, pull, okay, run my finger across and pull it up, and then I go on this side doing the same thing. Okay, what basically you're doing a U shape. Okay, you try to lose it all the way around. Now let's say for some reason, if I were able to see how I can able to push that in from up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my finger, okay, my knee go against the door so it get me some leverage, and I'm going to need probably 2 hands. Okay, so I'm going to put my camera down. I'm just going to, oh, there you go. Okay, see how that thing pulling out? So, and then once I have that out, I don't need this tool anymore. I just go underneath here. Okay, run my finger around. There you go. Okay, so one of the pin pop out. Okay, anyway, checking this side. Okay, so look like this side out also. So next thing I'm gonna do is, it's important because when you lift this up, don't forget your speaker. Okay, the speaker wire is still connected, so be careful when you lift it up. Make sure you lift it, you clear this handle here. So what I do, usually with 2 hands, hold down like this. There you go. I lift it up, okay, and it's come right out. Be careful with that speaker wire. Yeah, that's the speaker wire I'm talking about. Clip from a side here. Okay, so I show you on the top view here. There's a clip on the side where my index and my thumb just press in, and you should able to pull it out like that. Okay, now you got this thing. Now you got this thing out. So what I do is I find the area where this thing falling off. I put them back in. Okay, so basically you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the clip around the door. Okay, after you take out the door panel, okay, this is what you got. Okay, so what I did is I put the screw of this locking, the door locks. Okay, I put the screw back, and also the screw on the armrest, I put it back so I won't lose them. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna peel this out. Okay, and there's a little rubber plastic up here that you can use a screwdriver or peel it back to the back like that, and pull it out. Okay, like that. Okay, so carefully peel this out because you're going to reuse them. What I do with this piece of plastic is I put it on the other side of this plastic with that hole going through like so. Okay, and I just peeled it, and I'm just gonna stuck it right there. Okay, that way it's peeled back for you, so so you see what you're doing. Okay, so the actuator locate in here, right? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a look in there to see where it's at. Okay, so as you can see, there's the actuator right there. Okay, so that round part right there, that's the actuator. That's what I want to take it out. But it looked like I have to take. Now I'm showing you this, the reflection of the mirror. Okay, so it looked like I have to take this metal, this piece right here out, and then I have to take this plastic piece out. So here's a screw to take that other piece out. There's a bolt down here. I have to take it out. Okay, and also I need to take the 3 Phillip head. Okay, so I don't like this. I wish there's a hex key, but they use Phillip head. So this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I use penetrating fluid. You can use WD-40. I just happen to have this. Okay, and so I'm gonna spray it on here, and there's a gap here. I'm gonna spray down that gap, and hopefully that this penetrating fluid, you know, get down here on the other side of the thread. Then I'm gonna remove this plastic piece up here, like so. Okay, if you can't get your finger, use a screwdriver. Plastic piece like this. Put it in your magnetic tray. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, look like a straw here, and I'm gonna stuck it in there. And basically I'm gonna spray on the inside so the penetrating fluid get on the other side of the 2 screw. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a good spray like this, like so. Then also it doesn't hurt, right? That way it come off easy. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this screw out. I'm going to take that bolt out. I'm going to remove this white plastic part, and it looked like the track in black color. Okay, that bolt hold on to. Okay, so with the 10mm, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. Take out this screw or the bolt. Oops, okay. Alright, so that looked like that track is falling down. Okay, there's a track. I'm going to remove this track out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 10mm bolt. I'm going to screw them back here. That way I don't lose them. Okay, set this aside. Now this part up here with a Phillips screwdriver. Not sure if it's because of the penetrating fluid, but sure easy to get out. Okay, so for this plastic piece, you see, okay, I'm showing you it reflects reflection of the mirror. You see that thing that was connect, you know, right there. Okay, so when you take it out, you just pulled it. Okay, I put a black mark on there so I remember where it's at. You take it and you pulled it toward the front of the door. Okay, that way. Okay, so you just grab a hold of that. Okay, and you just pulled it out. Okay, and then you up here you just wiggle it to get the top one out. There you go. Okay, so basically is that latch right there. It just push it into the area where I marked that little plastic right above that black mark that I made. Okay, all right, so now I can see it a little better. Okay, so for this one, you see that purple rod, I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna see if I can pull it away from that rod. Come on. probably have to use a screwdriver. There you go, I got it. Got my mirror falling down. Okay, let's see. Come on, light. I need some light. There you go. See how that purple piece, and I just pull that rod out. Okay, as soon as you got that purple piece coming out. Okay, so this thing is like it's the same piece that connects to the door locking. Okay, so on this side. Okay, there you go. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this out. I really don't want to, so I'm going to slice it, you know, back this way, out the way. So the purple piece is out, and then the other one is for this locking thing here. Now the next one, which is now the side that toward the outside of the door. So that one is clear. So the other one I can see through, and it's look like I have to do something with that one and this rod right here. So that means I have to mess with this. So these are 3 bolts, right? 1, 2, and then there's another one. It's inside this hole here, right there. Okay, the one with the rod. So the rod, you can move it around, but that's the one. I think I have just loosened that to see what happened. So you got that one, and then you got this one here, and then the one there. But before we get to that, I don't know, you can probably see it better from this angle. Okay, you see that rod with the green plastic part? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pry that plastic part out and pull that rod out. So for that green rod right there, so basically I use a screwdriver, and I just place it where the rod is at, and I'm just pushing that green part away from the rod, and it lift up like that. Then you can come in, you can use your finger to lift the rod out of there, out of the slot. Okay, so that thing gonna go up and down on you. Okay, so that's how you disconnect it. I probably have to lose this door handle to get it out a little bit, so I can slide that thing out, because right now this draw is in the way. Okay, so 3 bolts, 1, 2, and the one in here. Okay, so I got these 2 removed. I'm using a 10mm 1/4 inch drive. So you see that rod? It looks like it's on the way. Just use your finger to move it up and down. That way you get access to that bolt. Okay. Now I just need to find a way to disconnect that rod, and this actuator gonna come right out. Okay, on this step right here, okay, it's very important that you don't use excessive force to bend this rod, okay, because the only thing that the actuating hang on to this handle is this rod and this electrical connection right here. Okay, you wiggle it. I use the handle on the outside the door. I wiggle it, and I was able to get this rod from this side. You remember that green tab? I was able to get the rod from that side, go over to this side just by twisting it, the handle. Okay, because when you slide, this whole thing not gonna slide back and forth easily like that. You have to wiggle it, okay, turn and twist it, position it, and that's how I got it to this position. I highly recommend that you, when you slide it over, use a short screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, take out that screw right there and disconnect this electrical connection. Okay, I highly recommend you do that. I didn't do it on this video because this is like, I just tried to see where it's go. And then in the end, I have problem getting this rod from this end to this end. Okay, by disconnecting this, you know, you're not gonna have that problem. Okay, in this video, in order to get me a slack to move this handle, what I do, I pull up on this electrical cable. I just pulled it up to get me a slack. Okay, but if you're gonna do this, take that screw out. Just take that screw off, take this off, so you don't have to worry about it. This thing gonna hang, the actuator gonna hang on as you wiggle this. So do it a little bit at a time, and do not try to use excessive force that you can bend or broke something. Okay. Okay. I was able to move this back and wiggle it into its position itself like that. Okay. I was able to take this whole thing out. Okay, so this is what you need to do. On this, there is a screw right there. Okay, you have to use a short screwdriver to put it in there. Of course, I'm going to show you where it's at, and then I do it because I need two hands. Okay, you get that screw out, and then on the front side, okay, on the front side, you're gonna see this screw. It looked really handy to pick, but that one is to the actuator. Okay, you don't want to take that off yet, because that's not the cover. The cover bolt is, shine some light so you can see. Okay, the cover bolt is this one up here, this one. Okay, you take those two off, and then you take this one off and this one off, and you're able to slide it out. Okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, after I take the screw out, the cover, you just put your thumb back here, you just slide the cover out. The cover should come out in one piece. Okay, so it's hard for me to do it with one hand, so I'm gonna put my camera down, get that pieces out, but that's how you take it out. Okay, after you remove this cover, take that screw and that screw, both of these screws, or mount the actuator onto this this whole assembly right there. It is. Those two screw off. I'm gonna slide this thing out. Remember, this puck here is connected, you know, look like there's a connected to the pin. So there it is right there. Okay, able to slide it down. So here's the old one and here's the new one. As you see, it's identical, but you look closely, this connector here on the new one is blank. What the heck, you know? And I'm gonna slide in the new one. Remember, that pin gonna go, there's a pin underneath this hole right here. Okay, you have to align that in. Okay, once you align that pin in, now you can move these two holes. Alright, these two holes, you line up these two holes and put the two screws back. Okay, once you're done with that, now you got to put a cover back so it slides underneath here, like so. Okay, and it's gonna slide underneath this actuator. Okay, and it's gonna lay in like so, and there it is right there. Okay, key thing is, okay, so the key thing is this line up should be the hole right there, and also the hole back here. Okay, so now you put this inverted screw and the one on top back in. Okay, so this this is where I'm at. See that rod right there? It needs to be on the other side of this black thing, okay? I mean this white thing. So that's the only thing that's in the way. So what I'm going to do, there's a screw here. I'm going to slide this part forward, and I'm going to take that screw out so this rod can slide in there. Because when I wiggle it all the way out, and as you can see, you really don't have to take out the door handle. Because you can see, you know, when you wiggle it, I use this thing as a pivot point. So I just move this back and forth. And as you see, this thing can come out without taking this door handle out. Now, this door handle is not one of those things where you just fit right in, okay? You have to play with it, you know, and right now, that's the only thing I got, and it seemed like, oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. I was able to get this on the other side, so I don't have to disconnect that. But soon I get on the other side, I'm gonna connect that green rod. If you have trouble, I'll probably take that out. Okay, it's really simple. It's a one screw, and you just pull them right out. So I'm gonna put this thing back on like so, right? And now when you wiggle it, you see this wire right here? This wire right here, okay, that connect onto this white thingy. You can pull this wire up, okay? You may use WD-40 to spray onto that clamp right there. You can pull it up or down as you need to give you enough slack to do the way I do, okay? I know on TV, I mean on YouTube, it showed that you have to take this out, but technically you don't. And when I see this part right up here where it's plastic, and oh man, I don't know, man, you know, I see it can be done, but I get scared, man. You know, this thing, if it's coming out, if it break that plastic, then now you run to another problem. Okay, so right now it looked like it's coming in, so I'm going to try to wiggle this a little more to make it that door handle fit. Okay, so I was able to wiggle this thing. Look like it sit flush. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to align this and put the 3 bolt in, and then connect the rest of them. Alright, so I got the 3 Amigo in, the 3 screw right here. Alright, so now I'm going to put the mounting bolt of this door handle in. Okay, so for this bolt that you have to put through this slot, okay, keep in mind that this rod gonna be in the way. So use one hand to move this rod up and down, and while you screw the bolt on, okay? I wouldn't put the ratchet on yet, just get this bolt started. Okay, so you can see, if you use your finger, move it down, that socket gonna slide right in there. Okay, once you got that thing in, let's tighten these down. I'm gonna hook this rod from the door that go into the door locking mechanism, the you know, the door locking thingy. Okay, just unhook that, and I'm using a mirror to show you. So you're looking at the reflection of the mirror. I see that purple thing. Okay, so I lined that rod into that hole, and basically when you do that, you just snap this clip on, okay? But unhook that so you have enough wiggling room to connect that that rod into that purple clip. All right. Okay, once you get that done, now is the time for you to tighten this cable down. Okay, you see how when I take it out, I wiggle it. I just pull this wire up through that through the thing there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them back down, you know, just in case it don't cut onto the door, because remember you got the glass door up here, okay? So that's what I do. I'm just tighten this thing down, and I think next thing we want to do is you want to connect this thing in, okay? So I forgot to tell you, when you connect it, I unhooked this. Basically you put this clip back on. Really simple, you know, push pin type, and try to connect this thing back onto the actuator. Okay, so I was able to hook the bottom one, but you know, once again, notice the top one, it doesn't have any connector, and so I don't know. I didn't see it on the. Maybe this is belong to another model, but they have no connector in there. So I don't know if Honda just put this on to, you know, to keep the thing from quiet or shorting out or what. But I'm gonna try to test this. If it doesn't work, I have to take it out and return it. Okay. But keep in mind that thing don't have, it is a blank connector, okay? Now as I got that thing connected, I'm gonna hook I'm gonna hook this thing back, and I'm gonna test it. Okay, so after I hooked that purple clip back onto that rod and connect it, now let's see if it working, okay? There you go. Cool. So to put that rear thing in, I mean the white thingy thing, so I show you the reflection of the mirror. So right there, okay? Man, I can't see it. Okay, right there, okay? So make sure you line that black thing that I put it on, so you can identify it. Okay, that black mark right there, okay? And then you line that up and you screw this up and you put this plug back in, okay? Now, next thing you're gonna do is put this track in. Okay, I'm showing you the reflection of the mirror where that track slide in on you know, underneath that window glass right there. Okay, so when you fit this thing in like that, then you have to go on the side to make sure that hole align. Then you put on the 10mm bolt. Once you have it finger tight, go ahead and give it a good snug. All right. Okay, again, I show you the reflection of the mirror. Okay, you see this black wire? Okay, the one that coming off this harness right here. Okay, you need to check this to make sure that black wire is on the side underneath the connector. Okay, because if you mistakenly put this that track that I just put in, this black part where the window ride down, okay, if you accidentally put this wire on this side, then when the window roll down, it's gonna catch on it, and it's gonna it might break the connectors or stretch out the wire. Okay, so make sure, this is very important, that you put this wire out of the way of that window when you roll it down. Okay, so make sure that this is on the side underneath the connector, just as I show here. Okay, so that's about it. I'm gonna button this up like so. Okay, now I'm gonna try to smush this plastic part in so it stay in place, and put the rest of them in. Okay, so I just took this screw and this screw back out, and I'm ready to put the panel back. Okay, so you line that up, and basically you put this top, you hook this top on here first, okay? Now once it slide in, make sure that you bring this wire for this locking thing up, and another one down here, okay? Make sure the wire is in place, and now you're ready to really snap this thing in. There you go. Okay, just go around, make sure everything snap in place. Okay, make sure they all snap in. Now I'm going to install the wires right here, so I'm going to install the armrest first. Okay, snap on the connector and put this on like so. Okay, and you should be able to see that screw align. Okay, so after you put on that screw, just cover that tab up, and you're done with that. Now you go up here for the locking door lock thing. Okay, what you do, you take that rod and you just hook onto that purple thing, right? Hook on the hole, and then with your finger just slide that purple tab all the way and secure that rod in place. Then on this end, okay, on this end, just find your connector and snap it in place like so. Okay, for this part, make sure that tab right there is go right into that hole. Alright, let's go right into that hole there, and basically after you put the tab in there, you have to slide it toward the door knock, okay, the door locking thing. So make sure it's in, and then you have to slide it back like so, okay, so it's snapped in. Alright, and after that the screw should, yeah, there it is. It should line right up. Okay, so make sure you push it in and slide it toward the door lock. Okay, now you put in that screw and you snap that in. And the last piece of the puzzle is this hinge right here. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this metal can go right onto that slot there. So make sure when you install it, try to get the bottom one in first. You know, that bottom one to go right into that slot. Okay, the slot right there. It's going to hook right onto that slot like so, and then just press it in. All right, now for the final testing. Okay, so the last step is test this thing. Okay, so I'm going to use remote control. I'm going to lock it. Cool. Okay, unlock it. The first click going to be the driver door, as you can hear it, and then the second click is the passenger door. There you go. Lock it. Okay. All right. Let's test this one. Okay, so I'm going to push down to lock, unlock, lock, unlock. Good. Okay. Then continue on. I'm going to turn my engine on, because now I'm going to roll the window from the driver's side. I'm going to roll it down. There you go. Okay, it's working up. On this side, there you go. Okay, so let's make sure I hook everything on correctly. All right, so for a $10, okay, I paid $20 for both of them. It came with lifetime guarantee on eBay. Okay, so my take on this is when you buy a passenger side, okay, just make sure that you be aware of on the these 3 connector, okay. The passenger side is just a blank connector. There's no metal terminal in it, okay. I was freaked out at first, but as you can see, I use both remote and local, you know, the doorknob, and it's working. So I don't know if Honda put it on to freak us out or what, but be aware of that. That way, if you go to the auto park, you order the driver's side, then yeah, the connector is there, like this one here. Okay, this is the one for the driver's side. But for the passenger side, the connector here is blank. Okay, so don't freak out when the guy behind the counter hands you that that switch, and you know, he probably don't know, right? He just opened it up and, hey man, I'm here to sell this part. But keep in mind that for the passenger side, the connector is blank. All right, that's it. It's been a successful repair. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.